It's an understatement to say that New York City has a lot of people. With over 8 million residents and millions of visitors passing through each year, it's jam-packed. And with all of these people comes plenty of pollution. Local Law 97 is New York City's plan to reduce some of this pollution. Under this law, greenhouse gas emissions from certain buildings will be limited and green energy requirements must be met starting in 2024. Here's a breakdown of what Local Law 97 is and how buildings can meet the standards. In March 2019, the New York City Council passed Local Law 97 as part of a larger Climate Mobilization Act. It requires existing buildings larger than 25,000 square feet to reduce their emissions by 40% by 2030 and 80% by 2050. Starting in 2025, those large buildings will have to submit yearly emissions reports on May 1st. Buildings that surpass the limit will be fined $268 per metric ton of emissions they are over. In the U.S., residential and commercial buildings account for 40% of energy consumption, resulting in billions and billions of metric tons of CO2 emissions a year. Other properties that Local Law 97 covers include 2 or more buildings on the same tax lot exceeding a combined 50,000 square feet, and 2 or more buildings owned by a condo association governed by the same board of managers that exceed a combined 50,000 square feet. Reducing energy emissions can require a lot of money that not all buildings have. These properties can instead meet Local Law 97 regulations by applying prescriptive energy efficiency measures instead of reducing emissions to under a certain limit. Some of these measures include inspecting and repairing all leaks in heating systems, providing in-depth maintenance for heating systems, providing insulation to steam or water tanks, and a variety of other options. And while the first building reports are still just under 4 years from being due, the city recommends beginning to work on energy efficiency as soon as possible. The city and state have incentive programs to provide technical assistance and funding for clean energy projects for those who are ready to start. Still, many in the community feel negatively about Local Law 97. Some feel that it unfairly lumps in businesses that require constant refrigeration and therefore churn out more emissions, like grocery stores. Critics pointed out that the fines buildings will have to pay for exceeding the emission cap will go toward the city's general fund rather than toward reaching environmental goals. It's also important to note that while financial tools like CPACE are available to encourage greener building, rollout has been slow and sometimes difficult to navigate, with the city's first CPACE deal just going through in June, 2 years after it was first signed into law. Check back with The Real Deal soon for more on how real estate is responding to climate change.